Hey guys, good afternoon and welcome to Defeating Domestic Violence with Movement. Today we are going to review and discuss episode 4, Cashmere. Very interesting episode. The topic that I would like to discuss is dating after abuse or dating after a domestic violence relationship. Okay. So dating after abuse. Step 1, reboot. What do I mean by reboot? Cut ties and learn how to cope after your abusive relationship. So what do I mean by cutting ties? When you are ready to break up with this person and when it comes to being involved in a domestic violence relationship, depending on the severity, and I cannot stress this enough, if you're on my page, if you're a follower and you see my live videos, this is still live, but you see me talking in person, I always stress that it depends on the severity of how abusive the relationship was. Okay, I can't stress that enough. Depending on the severity of how abusive the relationship was. All right, number one, you want to clarify your why you want to break up. So please don't be afraid to say, hey, I can't take this anymore. There's a lot of emotional abuse. You messed with my head. A lot of verbal abuse. I didn't appreciate the name calling. I don't want to deal with it anymore. The physical abuse, you choke me up, you punch me. I'm not going to be your physical punching back. Like, state your whys and why you are fed up, and it's okay. Number two, choose carefully and plan out when and where you want to have the talk. Again, this depends on the severity of how abusive the relationship was. Now, if it was really, really physical, text may be safe, may be safe. If you need a friend, if you need to do it out in public, like maybe at a park or at a mall, please have a backup. Have 2 to 3 male friends, have your brothers, a circle, whatever. Do not go by yourself to break up with this person, depending on the severity of how the abuse was. You want to get out the relationship, you must develop a safety plan. So again, choose carefully and plan when and where you want to have this breakup talk. Maybe early in the morning, maybe while the person is at work, um, at night, whatever is convenient for you and your safety. Especially if you have kids, you definitely need to plan the breakup. If you're going to break up and move away and take the children, where are you going to go? Is it a shelter? Is it to a friend's house? Do you have a lawyer for legal stuff? Like, you really need to plan. So I kind of sort of touched on already, make plans for the separation process. Again, if you have kids, do you have a lawyer? Do you have a legal advocate? Do you have a safe place, whether it's a shelter or with your friends, and you want to leave? Again, this depends on the severity of how abusive the relationship was. And last but not least, give yourself time to heal. All right, you broke up with this person. It's been years. Now you got to reprogram your thinking and your behaviors and your emotions. You're not living with this person anymore. You're single now and you're starting afresh. Learning how to cope. You have to relearn who you were before you met this person. You were doing a lot of things, and I said this in many videos before. You were laughing, you were vibrant, you were creative, you had goals, you had dreams. Now that you finally broke ties with this person, and you're able to get back into your passions, you have to relearn that, and that's going to take time. You cannot go into recovery after a 20-year relationship. Do not expect to snap back into things if you've been in a 25 to 30-year relationship and say, hey, I got this on day 1 through 5 or within a month or two. That is impossible. And depending on how bonded you guys were, and especially you have kids, you are not going to reboot and recover within the 1 to 3 period. That's going to take time. And again, depending on the amount of verbal and emotional and physical abuse, you must give yourself time to heal and to relearn who you are and start all over again. Okay, I hope that kind of makes sense. Number 2, forgive yourself. Do not blame yourself for what happened. You did not plan it. You didn't know what was going on. Maybe you didn't see the red flags. And if you did see the red flags, so what? Maybe you're the type of person like, hey, I can work with this. I can change the person. Whatever the reason, it is what it is. Forgive yourself. It is not your fault. People do not have the right to mistreat you. I don't care what type of relationship you're in. I'll say it again. People do not have the right to mistreat you. You don't deserve to be abused, beaten, cursed at, talked down to, degraded. Nobody deserves that. Last but not least, learning how to cope, depending on the severity, depending on how you are, seek counsel, seek therapy. They can help you. You have a support, get professional help on how you can heal mentally. All right. So cutting ties and learning how to cope. Step 2, educate and execute. You've been in a relationship, but you really never explored or looked at boundaries. So, what are boundaries? There are 3 types of boundaries: rigid, porous, and healthy. The first 2, hopefully, if you really look and study and reflect on the type of relationships that you were in and how you function as well, it will lead to the last one, but I will break it down. So, rigid. This person avoids intimacy in close relationships. They don't ask for help. They're very distant and detached in a close relationship. They're emotionally distant and they will build up these walls to avoid rejection. So they don't trust you. They're very distrustful, and whatever happens, they're cold hearted. You're like, hey, I want to break up. Well, I knew it wasn't going to last. Well, I don't care. I'm not hurt. It is what it is. I wasn't into you anyway. So they're very cold and rigid towards you if you decide to break up with them, or they already have these walls built up. They already have these excuses that it's not going to work. So that's what I mean by emotional distance. And this person has very few relationships. You notice that they only have one friend. They really don't talk to anybody, or they have no friends at all. They may talk to people at work, but they're not really social. They really don't have anybody that they want to talk to. So they have very few relationships. Maybe they have friendships or a relationship within their family, but even those are distant and estranged, or it really, really doesn't work. So that is the definition of rigid. So they avoid intimacy and close relationship. They don't ask for help. No matter how much help they need, they will not trust you. They won't ask for anything. They'll do it themselves. So they keep you distant. They're very distant or detached in a close relationship. Emotionally distant to avoid rejection and have very few friends. Porous. You notice that this person is a people person, people pleaser. They cannot say no. They don't understand. I'm sorry, they have problems with saying no. Everything is a yes, yes, yes. This person is a yes man. It could be inconvenient, it could be uncomfortable. They don't want to do it, but they just have to say yes all the time. So they have the problems of saying no. They're over involved in other people's problems, or they're all up in your situation. Like they have no boundaries whatsoever. Every little thing you do, they have to solve, or they have to be in control of. Okay. With you, you've noticed that in this type of relationship, and it really takes key in what an abusive relationship looks like. You tolerate abuse and disrespect to a point where you think you deserve it, and you make excuses for it. Well, I deserve to be hit. He was having a bad day, and I knew his bosses was on his case for weeks, and he didn't get a promotion, and I shouldn't have said this, and he hit me. Or I didn't cook the right meal, knowing that he wanted something else, and he hit me. Or he came in yelling and he kicked the dog, and I tried to stop from kicking the dog, but he hit me instead. So you're making excuses and you're tolerating the abuse and disrespect. Afraid of rejection and feeling guilty. You tolerate the abuse and disrespect because you're afraid of being alone, or you feel that you can live and function without this person. And the last one is depending on his opinion, or depending on other people's opinion. You don't know your identity, you don't know who you are. You allow your partner or other people to dictate your life. That is porous boundaries. So hopefully when you see these red flags, being rigid or porous, it leads to finally having a healthy relationship. This is the bonus. This is the $1 million golden ticket. This is the Willy Wonka of all golden tickets, the millionaire catch. Healthy boundaries. You begin to value your own opinion. You don't compromise your values for anybody. Screw you. This is me. This is who I am. What I say goes. I've been through too much BS. I love myself. I know who I am. You are not going to belittle me anymore. Now, I'm open and I'll listen to what you have to say. But if that belittles my comfortability and my safety zone, then no, we're not having it. So again, you're not compromising your values or your opinions for other people. They're not controlling or dictating you. That's what I mean by don't compromise your values. Trust your instincts and share appropriately. So when it comes to healthy boundaries, you got to trust your inner belly, your inner heart, your antenna. If you feel uncomfortable and you want to share something with this person, and your inner self or that angel on your shoulder or whatever your guide is telling you, keep your mouth shut. Don't tell this person this information because they're going to use it against you. Please listen to that. Please, please, please. A lot of times we underestimate or second guess what we feel in our thoughts. People, please understand me when I say those things were created and in us for a reason. They are defense mechanisms and they help us. They are boundaries. They help us. So it's important. Please trust your instincts. And the last one, you know, and you're not afraid to communicate your needs and your wants. Been there, done that with the abusive relationship. You understand what it means to be rigid. You understand what it is to be porous. Now you're at a point like, you know what? I want this. I want that. This is what I need. And I'll give you an example. I need to be loved. I need to be hugged. I need you to tell me that you love me. And there's nothing wrong with that. Verbally communicating how you feel. Some people may have a problem with that and it may take time, but there's nothing wrong with you telling that person what you want and why should it be. I'll give you another example. um, I like to be taken out, or I like to have intimate conversations. I like to have my hands held while I'm talking, depending on your love language. Please express to them how you feel, if that makes sense. So I'll say it again. I'll give examples. Express your love language. It may be physical. It may be gifts. It may be words of affirmations. You like having compliments, or you like receiving gifts or giving gifts. You like public affection. You like holding hands. You like hugs. Again, depending on your love language. Don't be afraid to express it and know it and own it. A lot of times, if a person does not have healthy boundaries themselves, they are afraid to express and talk about who they are. They feel that that other person may not understand. If the other person don't understand or think it's stupid, then they find themselves bowing down to what the other person thinks and feels, and then they begin to become insecure and develop low self-esteem, and then begin to think that they don't matter. In a healthy relationship, that does not fly. So again, in this type of boundary, in this segment, in this component right here, you know, and you're not afraid to communicate your needs and wants. You're not afraid to communicate your love language. I hope that I explained that a little bit more better. If not, please comment me in the comment section. Number 3, trust your instincts. I love this one. So pay attention to warning signs. Again, this topic is about dating after abuse. Warning signs. If you are with this person and you feeling uncomfortable, you don't feel safe, leave. If you see that there are reminders of past behavior, emotional abuse, verbal abuse, you can't tolerate yelling and all that cursing, and you notice that this person is very sarcastic and making a lot of jokes that's making you uncomfortable, you need to leave. The last one, you're not feeling safe. You find yourself sitting with this person, you're fidgety, you're looking over your shoulders, you got a knot in your stomach, you need to leave. We are created with so many, how do I say this? Safety blocks or safety rings. I really don't know how to say it, but our body gives off safety frequencies that let us know like, hey, somebody is invading our space. We're not safe. We need to pay attention to those. So again, pay attention to warning signs. If you're uncomfortable and you're sitting there and you're seeing reminders of past behavior and you're not feeling safe, then you need to leave. So again, that falls into trust your instinct. Number 4, safety first. Um, Tips for safety when you are dating. I have a girlfriend and I love her dearly. One of the number one things she did, she'd be like, hey, want to let you know I'm going on a date. This here, call me within such and such a time. Check on me. Here's where I'm going. And this is a picture of such and such. So I love, and at first I really didn't understand why she was doing this, but it worked out and I knew her whereabouts and where she was going and who she was dating. So just in case I didn't hear from her before the night was over, I knew to call somebody, call her other circle of friends, or call the cops. It's like, hey, my girlfriend called me at such and such. She went out and so. I'm texting her and calling her, and something's going on. All right. So it's very important to alert your friends of your whereabouts. Number 2, don't get catfish. I know with this internet dating and all these apps and stuff like that, a lot of people can get catfish. So what do I mean by don't get catfish? If you have friends who are hackers or who really are computer savvy, or you have friends who are investigators, talk to them, get to know this person profile and who they are, because nowadays people are not honest behind social media and technology. They have more than one profile. You don't know if they're married or if they're pedophiles or if they're abusers. They don't state the stuff on their profile. You just can't look at a picture and be like, oh, he's cute. Oh, she's cute. I think we will get along. You can't just read their description and, I love hiking or I love nature or I'm a dancer. Yeah, I love it too. But does that mean that you're compatible? Hell, even if you meet these people in person, you still got to get to know them. So investigate, use your resources. Again, I wish I had friends that were hackers or that knew how to get into stuff. To really study that person's profile. So really get to know the person. Do not get catfish. For example, if you're talking 6 months and you haven't seen the person and you're always talking through the telephone or no video chatting, all this other stuff, that's a red flag. So you really need to get behind that person's profile, really investigate and get behind the scene of who they are. Plan to meet in public in a safe location. If you're starting to date again, you want to be really, really careful. What I mean by plan to meet in public and be safe. For example, do not allow that person to pick you up at your house. Meet their behinds at the mall, at the park, in front of the restaurant, or whatever. You drive your car, let him drive his car, meet up. Because you don't know this person, you're trying to get to know them. Do not go any place by yourself. Don't go to that person's apartment. You don't know this person from Adam. I don't care if you've been talking for 6 to 8 months. Meet in public. Take your butt to a mall, to a restaurant, to an amusement park. Go someplace where there's a lot of people. Okay. Spend a lot of time in public until you're comfortable. And if they're saying, well, why? We always meeting in public places, and why can't I go to your house, or why can't you come to mine after the 3rd or 4th date? No, I'm not comfortable. I've been through a lot of stuff, and you're gonna have to wait till I share with you what I've been through. I don't even know you yet. I'm trying to get to know how you get down. I'm trying to understand your behavior because, brother, I've been through a lot. And I need to trust my instincts and see if you can handle the information that I'm going to share with you. So if you find that this person is really getting impatient and don't understand you, then again, you need to go. But spend a lot of time in public. And if that person really likes you, then they'll understand and they'll flow with you. The last one is very, very important. Develop a circle of accountability. Please let your friends, your mentor, if you have very spiritual, have a spiritual advisor. Let them know. What I mean by accountability, it is important for you to answer to other people. And what I mean by accountability and answer to other people, what I mean is they help you stay in place. Had you did this in the first place, then maybe you wouldn't have had problems getting into an abusive relationship, because friends will check you like, hey, you sure you want to do this? I don't like this guy. I don't think it's cool. It's something about this guy I just don't like. If we would trust our circle and not see it as, oh, you can't control me, oh, you jealous. True friends really, really keep you in check, and they love you and they keep out for you. Notice when I said true friends, and I'm doing air quotes, true friends, they love you, they have your best interest. I'm not talking about these posers and these haters that just want to be nosy and see you fail because they're jealous of you and they plot behind your back. No, 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 no. When I say friends, they have your best interest at heart. They want to protect you. They celebrate you. That is the key to true friendship. People celebrate you. Your mentors, they've been there, they've done that, they have a track record, or they know what they're talking about. They see you date this person like, hey, I understand you like this person, you love them, but it's something about them that I don't like. I think you're in danger. The more you surround yourself with these types of people who are trying to protect you, because a lot of times we don't see things ourselves, they just help to keep us in check. So that's what I mean when I say develop a circle of accountability. Make sure that you have somebody to answer to. And when I say answer to, I don't mean somebody who's going to rule your life and control you and micromanage you. No, 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 no. When I say circle of accountability, they help to keep you in check. When we're not thinking right, when we're in on cloud nine or in Candyland and we don't see things, we have our friends to help us. There's nothing wrong with help. The major thing that really screws us up, and I know society has run this into the ground, and it's a thing now. I'm grown. I heard this speech or this sermon. I'm grown. You can't tell me nothing. I'm grown. I live this life. You don't live in my shoes. You don't pay my bills. It's not about that. It's about keeping my friend safe. It's about loving my friend and not seeing my friend get harmed or hurt. So again, having a circle of accountability, they just help you to keep in check when you're not seeing clearly. I hope that makes sense. Okay. And the last one, step 5, taking things slow. I think I did this. If not, yes, take your time. So what I mean by that is please don't rush. Get to know the person. You're not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. Depending on how that person is into you, please take your time. You just met. It's Tuesday. Why the hell would you want to get married next Saturday or be engaged that Thursday? Like, what's wrong with you? You just got out of an abusive relationship that messed up your head. I understand that you want to start over. You're eager. It's a different person, but please get to know the person. You don't want to get back into that rut again. You don't want to even get back to something that's worse than the first time. So get to know the person. Remove the rose-colored glasses. What I mean by that is move past the honeymoon phase. Okay. Um, First dating, 3 to 4 months, everything is nice, everything is perfect, nothing can go wrong. You're living this euphoria. Oh, I wish I was treated like this months ago. I like how this person looks in my eyes and communicate. They're very mature. I can hold a conversation. This person isn't petty. This person has a degree. This person is educated. They make all your fantasy checklists, or they meet all the check marks on your list. You may have that list in your mind, but what about the other stuff? So again, you're just meeting this person. So of course, everything is going to be done right. Of course, everything is going to be, the person is going to be on their best behavior. So you have to be savvy and be smart, get past your emotions. And women and men, because I hate when people say, oh, women are emotional. We are, but humans are emotional in general. Men are emotional too, but they just display it differently. Okay. So we have to move past our emotions and really get down to the get down and investigate and trust our instincts and really get to know this person. So again, yeah, it's nice. I'm being treated like never before. This is really cool. I'm comfortable, but you have to move past the euphoria and really get down to the get down and get to know this person. Again, do not rush. Last one, develop trust. Make sure that you're comfortable, guys, when you are dating. Make sure you're treated with respect. If your partner is rushing you into a serious relationship, that is a red flag. Leave. You're taking your time. you're enjoying yourself, and all of a sudden you know this person, hey, I think we should get an apartment together. We've been dating for 2 weeks and you want to move into an apartment? Nah, I can't. Or this person's like, hey, I really like your kids. I think they need a father figure. No, 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 no. You haven't even met my kids yet, and you sitting up here and you making plans about me and my kids moving into your house just because you got money. You think you can take care of me? Red flag, move. Nope, nope, nope. Leave, 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 leave. I can't say it enough. Leave. So again, people, trust your instincts. Make sure you're comfortable. Make sure you treat it with respect. Do not rush into a serious relationship. That is the end of my presentation. Again, for more information on my upcoming course, please email me at awilliam4000@gmail.com. Again, the course is domestic violence as it relates to dance therapy and healing after trauma. Okay, thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this. Please inbox me or please make comments if you need more information. So again, I don't like telling what's going on in the episodes. I like to pick out certain scenes and make that as a topic because I don't want to spoil what was in the episodes or the characters or who did what. I really want you to watch me because it's a hell of a domestic violence series and it's realistic. Guys, thank you so much. Take care. And I will see you guys for the next episode, which is known as episode 5. Thanks again and be blessed. Take care. Bye-bye.